Well, it's going to take a while for that to fill up, so in the meantime, I'm sure there's other things we can do. I guess today's video is all about wrapping up these projects, like the water trough, for example. Started that in the last video. It's all back together and up and running again. Once that trough fills up a little bit more, I'll close the panel up here and we'll open the gate to give the cows access to the big corral so they can get used to walking through the fly sprayer. And I think we've also reached the point where we can wrap up this little story. I think it's time for these two to rejoin the herd. It's been, what, 3-4 days since I've given the calf anything to eat out of the bottle. And as you can see, she still looks fine and is doing great. So I think the graft has taken hold here and there's really nothing more that I need to do with these two. But before we do any of that stuff, I've got 3 hot wires I need to put up here in the middle field. A couple weeks ago, I took all of these down because we went out to the coast for a few days, and rather than have somebody move the cows every day for me, I just gave them 4 days worth of grass, and you know, that was good enough. But I want to get these wires back up so we can go back to the daily moves or possibly 36-hour moves in this field as well. So we got a full plate as usual. We better get after it. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. Feeling familiar yet? Well, fences are done. I kind of spared you the details here because you've seen me do it so many times. But yeah, we're ready to go now. This slid down a little bit. Now we're ready to go. All right, that's filled up now. Uh-oh. We've got a major leak though. Where's this coming from? You know, just when you think you're done with something, you're not. You can see there's all this water on the ground. There's a major leak. I think I can actually see where it's coming out. Yeah, it's right there. Actually, looking in the trough, the water is so clean now that you can actually see this, but there looks like there's another hole, and I don't think it was there when I patched these first two. I think I made it when I set the trough back down. It's gonna be hard to show you with this camera. Let me get my other GoPro and we'll go underwater and I'll show you. Well, that's definitely where the water is coming from, at least one of the places. I mean, there could very well be another hole that I just didn't happen to see. I would estimate that hole is about 1/8 of an inch in diameter, so it's not huge, but as you can see, it's enough to make a mess. I don't really want to drain this and let it dry and patch it and go through all that again. So I think we're just gonna live with the leak for now. And I think it's just time to replace this. I've got an idea of how I can make the mold to pour the concrete trough, so it might just be time to do that. For now, it is what it is. We got to get the cows moved in here, and that's just how it's gonna be. What I might do is go get like a roofing screw with a rubber washer on it and try to thread that down in there, knowing that it won't stop the leak entirely, but it will slow it down. And hopefully we can just limp on through until we get the real one in. Well, I guess that's about what I expected. A few of the cows weren't bothered by the sprayer at all, but I'd say well over half of them are still standing over there staring at it. So that's just kind of how cows are. They got to get used to it, and for some that takes longer than others. We'll jump ahead a few hours and I got the cows moved into the middle field, which means it is time for the release of number 14 and the adopted calf. I wanted to wait until I got the cows into the new pasture because I thought that would kind of minimize fighting and whatever is going to take place, because number 14 has been out of the herd for a little while, and when that happens, you know, they got to have these discussions again, I guess. And of course, I mean, it doesn't even barely look like she ate any of this bale that I left here for her. So what I'll do is just leave all the gates open so the cattle can come back here and they can chew on this a little bit if they want to. No sense in just letting it sit here. Now, I seem to remember there's a wasp nest in this gate that I've been meaning to spray and keep forgetting to. So if you see me run away from the gate real quick, that's why. You know, I've got some spray with me. I'm just gonna try to spray it right now. Kind of hate to spray these in the daytime because the wasps are more active, and a lot of times not everybody's home, so you don't get them all. But we'll try it, see what happens. Now, a lot of you have asked when I turn these two out if the original teen mom is gonna recognize her calf and try to reclaim it. And the answer is, I really don't know. I don't think that that's gonna happen. I think it's been long enough that that's sort of out of her mind. And hopefully, even if it is still in her mind, the calf knows that number 14 is her mother now, and it wouldn't even matter. Before I open up this last gate and turn her loose, I'm gonna get the calf up, because I don't want her to run out there without it. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Come on. Get up. It's time for big things. There you go. Mama, hurry. She's gonna leave you. Your mama. We'll get her. It's difficult because the cow knows where she's going, and the calf is just, you know, this is the first time she's seen all this, so she's got to stop and investigate everything. So I'm just trying to keep them together. Mother's trying to go, baby's trying to drag its feet. So it's not working too well. I decided to fall back a little bit to kind of get them going together. You know, the calf was just kind of paying attention to me, and then the mother didn't want to get close to us. As soon as I got out of the way, you know, things started to go a little bit better, as is usually the case. But I do kind of want to follow them out here and just see what happens when the teen mom, the actual biological mother of the calf, sees it. I don't think anything is going to happen, but you know, you never know. So we're going to go watch and see. So it seems to me that the little calf has figured out that she can kind of come and go under the hot wire as she pleases, but nobody will follow her in there. So if any of the other cows or calves start getting her a little nervous, or, you know, just too much attention at once, she just runs under that hot wire and then she's safe. So for now, we'll say everything is good, but I think the real answer to that question is going to be answered in the morning when we see where everybody's at and how everybody's doing then. So let's pick the video up there. Well, fast forward, it's the next morning now, and I see The adopted calf is out here in the correct paddock, and grazing just nearby is number 14. So I would say these are all good signs. What I was worried about was two things. I would get here in the morning and the calf would be stuck in a different paddock and not really near anybody, or it would be being harassed by the teen mom, or possibly trying to mother up with the teen mom, but none of that's going on. So yeah, so far this looks good. Obviously we're going to keep an eye on them, but for now things are looking good. I brought this little self-drilling screw with me this morning. It's got a neoprene washer on it. You would use this for like attaching roofing tin to metal beams. And what's nice about it is because it has this little neoprene washer, it's supposed to be watertight. So my plan is to try to just put this in the hole in the bottom of the water trough, and I've got a little nut driver. I can hopefully tighten it down a little bit, and I know that's not going to stop the leak completely, but it should at least slow it down. Well, I'll be curious to see if that works. I think it actually went better than I thought, because that screw was just a little bit bigger than the hole. It was actually able to catch a thread and actually snug down on there. So I don't know, we'll see. After 12 hours of being exposed to the cow sprayer, you can see they are getting a little bit better about walking through it, although still a little bit cautious. They will get used to it, you know, they always do. It just takes a little bit of time. I'm out here at the heifer pasture, and the landowner told me that there's a spot down here where the fence didn't look too good, so I thought I better check it out before I put the cows in here. Well, this is probably the spot they're talking about, and yeah, it doesn't look great. Notice how open it is here on the creek. It was never like this before, and you also notice all these dead trimmings on the ground. Somebody got in here and did some work, and in the process I think they kind of exposed this fence. If that was full of brush, I wouldn't really worry about it too much, but now that the brush is gone, yeah, we might need to do something. Well, the plan coming up here today was to put them in that third pasture, but with the fence in the shape that it's in, I don't really feel comfortable doing it. So the plan now is to come back tomorrow, bring all my tools and some wire and get that fixed. And as long as I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and tackle another job that needs to happen, and that is I got to bring that heifer back here. So I guess these girls can hang out in this field for one more day. All in all, this crew looks pretty good. The fly pressure is not terrible. They've got flies, but it's been worse. The biggest problem I see is here with this calf, number 18. He's got pink eye, and yeah, probably gonna need to do something about that. The calf is small enough where I feel like there's maybe a possibility that tomorrow when I'm here with the trailer, if I could get him in, I could kind of like squeeze him up against the side and get some medicine in him that way. That'd sure be a lot easier than bringing him home, so we'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. Boy, I'll tell you, having that calf that needs to be doctored really makes me wish I had like at least a head gate or something over here where I didn't have to either try to wrestle him down in the trailer or pinch him in some panels or just take him home altogether. So that might be something I need to add to my to-do list. You know, I've been talking a lot about redoing this little catch corral. Maybe I could incorporate a way to just have like a head gate or something. So if we had to do basic jobs like pink eye or anything like that, I could do it here. All right, well, nothing more I can do here today, but I've got my list pretty well figured out for tomorrow. It was at this point in the day that my microphone decided to quit working, so I'll summarize what the rest of the video was going to be about. steers are doing good and they're growing. The cows are getting more used to walking through the cow sprayer. And the little calf knows who its new mother is. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.